In Act 1, Hamlet finds out that his father's ghost is haunting the castle and he is determined to confront it. After confronting it, the ghost of old Hamlet reveals to his son that he was murdered by Claudius, who married Gertrude soon after old Hamlet's death, and demands that young Hamlet seeks revenge. The ghost says, "So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear." Hamlet decides to pretend to be mad in an attempt to find proof of his uncle's guilt. In Act 2, Polonius, Ophelia's father, tells Claudius that Hamlet's madness is due to the one-sided love for Ophelia. Claudius is not convinced, therefore him and Polonius decide to spy on Hamlet. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, Hamlet's childhood friends, have been demanded by the king and queen to go to the castle to keep close watch on Hamlet. Hamlet realizes that they were sent to spy on him, which leads them to confronting him by informing him that a troupe of actors will entertain the court. Guildenstern admits and says, "My lord, we were sent for." Hamlet asks the actors to add lines into their play. Many events occur in Act 3, beginning with Claudius and Polonius eavesdropping when Hamlet meets Ophelia. Hamlet speaks the soliloquy, "To be or not to be," to himself and rejects Ophelia even after she tries to be affectionate. Hamlet also insults Ophelia after rejecting her. He says, "Get thee to a nunnery, go, farewell, or if thou needs must marry, marry a fool, for wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them." Then, in front of the king and the whole court, the players perform an act to reveal Claudius's actions, but he cuts the performance short by saying, "Give me some light, away." This leads Hamlet to believing that Claudius is in fact guilty of his father's murder. He is now determined to seek revenge immediately. Claudius prepares to send Hamlet to England with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Then he confesses his crime in prayer, which Hamlet secretly eavesdropped on. Claudius confesses, "O my offence is rank, it smells to heaven. It hath the primer eldest curse upon it, a brother's murder." However, he could not bring himself to kill Claudius right then and there. Finally, Hamlet confronts his mother about her relationship with Claudius, and he admits to acting insane. Gertrude tells him, "This is very coinage of your brain. This bodiless creation ecstasy is very cunning in." After she finds Hamlet speaking to the ghost, which she could not see. During their conversation, he hears a noise which he believes to be Claudius eavesdropping, so he draws a sword but ends up killing Polonius. In Act 4, Claudius arranges Hamlet's immediate transportation to England and sends a letter to the English king demanding that he arranges Hamlet's immediate death. In the letter, Claudius writes, "The present death of Hamlet, do it, England, for like the hectic in my blood he rages, and thou must cure me." Polonius's son, Laertes, has returned to Denmark, determined to revenge his father's murder by blaming Claudius. However, Claudius convinces him that Hamlet was the cause of the murder. Hamlet escapes from England and also returns. Claudius and Laertes plan the murder of Hamlet by a sword competition. Laertes adds on and suggests to poison Hamlet, saying, "I'll touch my point with this contagion, that, if I gull him slightly, it may be death." Later on, Laertes finds out that Ophelia has drowned due to Hamlet's rejection and father's death. Finally, in Act 5, Hamlet accepts Laertes' challenge, and as they fight, Gertrude drinks the poisoned wine that Claudius has intended for Hamlet and dies. Before she died, she told Hamlet, "No, no, the drink, the drink. Oh, my dear Hamlet, the drink, the drink. I am poisoned." Laertes slightly wounds Hamlet with the poisoned tip of his sword. The swords are then switched, which causes Laertes to be wounded by the poisoned weapon, and dies. Hamlet kills Claudius using the sword and forces him to drink a cup of poison. Hamlet dies in Horatio's arms, and Fortinbras arrives at the head of a Norwegian army.